broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Markeia McCarty, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We're just gonna do it silently?
Yeah.
This is super weird, but it's, it's fitting.
Just feel it, man.
Ty, speaking through the silence kind of ruins the fact of doing it silently.
Damn it, Mark! We're trying to have a moment here!
The engineer talking ruins it.
Shut your mouth. Stop talking. Whether you know him as the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, or you just want to chant yes every time you think of him, tonight we as a collective universe say in big capital letters, thank you to a true champion of the people. We are grateful to you, sir, Daniel Bryan. Welcome, everybody, to the Raw After Show right here at AfterBuzz TV. And, a lot of us, when we saw the announcement today that he was going to retire, some of us had a small glimpse of hope that
it was going to be his pink salmon jacket moment?
Yeah. It sure wasn't.
You held out that hope until the very end.
I had so much hope that something would no, the episode went 90 minutes over. I'm like, nope, this is real.
Right.
This is real.
Right, yeah. That overrun is as real as it gets.
Yeah. What an amazing moment for Daniel Bryan, though. I mean, he mentioned the word grateful a lot, and couldn't have said it better than he did. I mean, he's had an amazing career, and he's done it everywhere. He's done it all. He's done it everywhere, and it all culminated 2 years ago when he became the champion and overcame all the odds. And, we should be happy for him, though. He's got an incredible life ahead of him.
And that's the thing, getting to go out on this note, I mean, it certainly could have been a lot worse, so...
it's kind of like getting that gold watch. After,
there you go.
You're a police officer, 20 years of service, and you get that retirement part.
Well,
this was even better.
I was going to say, I think he'll take
the
universe in the middle of Seattle over any gold watch, over any timepiece. All right, let's get to the intros, guys. As you know, this is our first show, AC. That's after Kathy. But... she is well. I think she's actually in live chat currently right now.
She's not dead, guys.
No, she's good. She's doing great.
She's doing fine.
I'm not quite sure where she is.
Alive
but
and kicking.
She's doing very well, and she's joining us, like I said, in the live chat tonight. So
punning it up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's how rumors start, y'all. You realize.
First show AC. First show after
Kathy Kelly dead?
And,
question mark, exclamation point?
I know she'd like to be here after the Daniel Bryan tribute for sure. But let's get to the intros. You can find me on Twitter at JQuasto. That man right there. See him every single week on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He is the first progenitor of hyper optimism. Find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews PMA. He is Ty Matthews.
What it do?
I don't know.
Fantastic to be here.
I can tell you what it do.
The second friggin' emotional week in a row. Can we... I really hope this doesn't become a trend.
It's a lot.
I don't want to just keep crying on Monday night.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
I like it. You guys have taken your faces off and you're showing everything underneath.
Ty and I are emotional. We're emotional warriors.
I like that.
We're in touch with our sensitive side.
We're very in touch.
I'm not saying in touch with the sensitive side. I mean in touch with the real.
We
like that.
We keep it 100.
Ty and Quasto keep it 100.
Oh,
all right.
Dear Lord.
We have a special guest in studio tonight. She's a very, very funny improviser and actor. She's hosted a number of shows here on AfterBuzz throughout the years, so obviously you know her. Find her on Twitter at Markeia McCarty. She's Markeia McCarty.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, girl? Good to have you. Good to have you.
Good to be here, especially tonight. Oh,
whoa,
you guys should have seen them. You should have seen them watching. I took a picture.
I was like,
check my Twitter.
I really didn't think anyone was watching.
Check my Twitter. Check my Instagram.
Really didn't think anyone was watching.
It was so real.
I legitimately, I really, really didn't think that it would hit me until they started cutting to all those reaction shots in the crowd.
On the video packages.
That's when it got real.
And Bill Handstock's in live chat. What's up, Bill?
Handstock!
How's it going, buddy?
My fellow straight edge wrestling writer.
Oh man, just the video packages. Once again, kudos to one of my friends. Actually, is an editor for them, and they just put so much work in. And Man, kudos to those video packages. And, the funny thing is his career was so amazing. Think about the video packages you could do from his pre-WWE days.
Absolutely.
I mean, good Lord.
Well, and that's the thing. It's so weird thinking about how much has happened. And, it seems like it's been so long, but it's only been 6 years since he debuted on NXT.
Yeah.
The game show NXT at that.
6 years goes by fast. Mm-hmm. It really does. But here's what we're going to do. We don't have a ton of time because Raw ran over and there's another show coming in. So here's the thing. I don't know how we're going to do this. We're going to zip through Raw.
Yeah. Let's speed through it, guys.
Yeah,
and then
we can do this.
We're going to talk about Daniel Bryan.
Right.
Because that's what people are watching for. And hell, I mean, there's a celebration going on the network, and we have 250 people watching live right now.
There we go.
So people want to hear about Daniel Bryan.
We love you guys. We love you guys.
We do love y'all. We're going to do our best to zip through it. It was a very, very good episode of Raw. A lot of good stuff happened.
That's good.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run through it.
Speed run.
Interrupt me at any time.
Okay.
I will kick to you, though.
Okay.
But interrupt me at any time, and then we'll get to DB.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Contract signing for the #1 contendership at Fastlane. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. It happens. Steph McMahon is in the ring, but Dean Ambrose wants Brock Lesnar. He hits the ring. He literally lifts Ambrose, throws him into Reigns, throws a table into Reigns, into the corner. F5 to Ambrose. Triple H hits the ramp, and he smiles. And there you go.
This Brock is the best Brock and my favorite Brock to watch because he was 100%. I can't say what I wrote down on my notes, but because that is not fit for air.
There you go.
He wrecked everything in sight.
He was the beast
in scary ways.
Yes.
Like the velocity with which Dean Ambrose came at Roman Reigns after that throw. How he just hit Roman Reigns so hard with that table. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I want to see. That's the chaos that I want to see.
Yeah, that's the big bad. That's the boss that you play the entire game trying to defeat. It's like, that's what you want, and that's what Brock gave us. And I just want more.
That wasn't the last time. You got more later on in the show. After commercial, Dean and Roman are backstage. Dean says, I swear to God, before the night is over, I'm going to get Brock Lesnar, which means something good is going to happen. Rematch from last week. Kevin Owens taking on Dolph Ziggler. Once again, another fantastic match.
So many insane spots in this. Really nice. That tumble to the outside through the ropes off of that sleeper was, as soon as he started going for that, I was like, no.
Yes.
That was insane. The famous off the apron, I mean, just absolutely, they keep topping themselves week after week. Which, if you're going to put someone in a feud where it's just the same match over and over, you might as well get some incredible spots and some stakes raising.
So as a former wrestler, you're so, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, so for... with that, I was like, how do you get the monkey off your back? Dolph Ziggler.
That's right.
Right through the ropes. And then, it was. And then that famous right into the floor. Love that. And
absolutely insane.
The thing that I love so much was when KO did that corner flip into
the cannonball.
Yeah, cannonball. I call it the corner flip of regret because he learned the error of his ways.
Well, that's what I was leading into. So he misses the cannonball. Ziggler rolls him up, uses the ropes. As a former wrestler yourself, what are your thoughts on the psychological aspect of this? Because he wins clean last week. Tonight he wins cheating.
I had my issues with it, and you know how I feel about faces acting like heels, but I feel like in
heel as Ziggler, you called him in the past.
Of course, but I feel like, especially compared to those times, this wasn't quite as bad, considering that Kevin Owens went for a pinfall while holding the tights just earlier in the match.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm choosing to justify it.
I mean, 2-0 right now, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens. I'm excited to see where this goes. We can assume something's going to happen at Fastlane. Just a grudge match, no titles on the line.
And I think if that does happen, Kevin Owens needs to just wreck his life.
Yeah.
I think he'll have no problem with it.
Right, exactly.
But this is a feud we could totally get on board.
I also, I think what I like even more than the Kevin Owens-Dolph Ziggler feud is the Kevin Owens-Michael Cole feud. Like, Kevin Owens just stopping everything that he's doing to say, hey, Cole, shut up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my favorite.
And then he throws the announcer's table afterwards and just gets pissed off. I mean, he's very unpredictable, and that's why we love Kevin Owens. And him and Ziggler together are just a perfect match. Back in the locker room, Usos are doing their face paint. Dudley Boyz come up and says, sorry, we got you guys confused, whatever. But tonight, why don't we make it Usos and Dudley's taking on the New Day? Let's see if we can make it happen.
Well, and to set that up, there had been originally a table match set up between the Usos and the New Day. Dudley's took a little bit of umbrage to that.
Ooh, they had a problem with
as that is
Can't do a table match without the Dudleys.
Their trademark match.
That's right.
So they decided to make it, you know what it is,
a tag team match.
We really got to get the Teddy Long theme going.
That's right.
Remind me not during the show, and I'll totally do it.
Okay, I like that. Next, we have a Ryback video package, which means probably something is coming. Anyways,
The newly geared up Ryback.
Ryback.
The even more Bill Goldbergian Ryback.
A little bit.
It's a good look on him.
Batista action,
I enjoy
whatever.
it, yeah.
So Charlotte versus Brie Bella is happening at Fastlane. I'm perplexed, but okay.
Why is that?
Yeah, why?
I mean, Brie hasn't won anything, and then she wins last week, and all of a sudden she's number one contender.
That's how you earn title matches in WWE. We know this. If you pin the champion once in a non-title match, you're all set, brother.
Yeah. Yep.
Or sister.
So Charlotte versus Alicia Fox. I like this. I mean, Charlotte was all over Foxy early on, but she gets a little bit of offense in, gets really riled up, tries a roll-up for a near fall, but then a spear by Charlotte and the figure 8 for the win. But Foxy put up a nice fight here.
And
I like
Foxy
the physicality.
with the absolute, I'm saying it right now, the most beautiful bridge in all of WWE.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, on her toes like that after that Northern Lights is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, that was nicely landed. I wish that had gotten more of a hold, but it
Right,
just like
right.
it disappeared real
Yeah.
quick. I
She's
love that.
really,
She's underrated as a
yeah.
performer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that swinging backbreaker by her. I was like, oh my god, girl!
Definitely.
I'm loving that.
Well,
I'm
don't
loving how they're doing
forget,
that.
she's been in the game. She's been hired by them for
It's been a minute.
8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I still remember back when main event when she just seemed to just finally snap. She
I miss,
took out the time
crazy.
clock
I miss
person.
Crazy Foxy.
Oh, that was so good. She grabbed someone's Pepsi can,
putting on
threw
JBL's
it at
hat, throwing soda everywhere.
Oh, that was great.
My favorite.
I mean,
Stalking Tom Phillips in their little segments on WWE.com.
absolutely. And the thing is, you could put Foxy in a match. She proves it. You know, she can go. And her and Charlotte had a great match there. And of course, Charlotte comes out on top. Moving on, Miz TV. Miz is in the ring, putting himself over, but Chris Jericho comes on, and he turns Miz TV into the highlight reel. And what a fast job.
Complete set change and everything.
Way to go, crew.
Yeah, got rid of that cheapish carpet.
Bringing down the Geritron 9000, whatever. I mean, come on now.
Potted plant.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Really well done by everyone, the ring crew there. So I enjoyed that part a lot. And that's what he says, the Miz will be my guest. The Miz is like, I'm not your guest. This is my show. Then Jericho says, the Miz suffered 2 losses last week. First was a loss to AJ Styles, then a few teeth. And
That spinning back fist is no joke, brother.
got popped, man.
Man, I can't believe that they'd showed that again and in slow motion.
Oh, of course they're going to take advantage of that.
I know, but we're going to see that for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see that tooth get knocked out that mouth.
And then, of course, Uncle Jericho had to do the All I Want for Christmas is My 2 Front Teeth song. Because why not?
What a ref.
Yeah. Do you think this is funny? Miz says. And everyone, of course, we're in Seattle, Washington. You know they're going to chant yes many times over. So the Miz shows highlights of AJ defeating Jericho, and then AJ Styles comes to the ring. Miz attacks Jericho from behind, AJ with some help. They both take out the Miz. Bit of a stare down. They start to go at it. Miz pulls Jericho out of the ring. Jericho sends him right over the announcers. That announcer's table got a lot of action tonight.
You know?
It did.
And then basically it ends with Jericho and AJ just kind of...
I loved the
down.
action of this segment once it got physical. I love all of these spots that involve all 3 of them. You know, when you forget that one is even there, and then just right from off camera, he comes in, starts taking out one of them. I think this is definitely leading toward a triple threat at Fastlane.
Which is good, because, I mean, The Miz, we talked about it last week, he's been crushing it.
Absolutely.
role.
He's one of the most natural, he's so hateable, and he's such a good heel. He does such amazing work.
He's a coward. And I know, I know Scott Norber on Compadres last week talked about how he doesn't think Miz can't figure out who he is. I'm like, no, he's a coward, and he knows it.
He's a coward with a camera, which is one of the most despicable cowards
Absolutely,
ever.
yeah.
There you go.
And so I can't wait to see what they do, and I can't wait to hear AJ Styles' music even more, because right now it's the best theme song they've got.
You're digging it, huh?
Oh, so good.
With the organ
so
to start
good.
off.
Someone on YouTube made a mashup of that and I think Sunshine by DMX.
Oh, that's
It
fun.
is dope.
Ain't no sunshine when it's on.
So good.
Exactly.
I
like
love
that.
DMX. Don't get me started. What? You know what I mean?
Get at me, dog.
I'll do X all day. Come on!
Oh my lord.
Let's go!
Why are you
Actually,
hollering?
DMX does not say let's go. He goes, come on! All right. DMX. Okay.
Oh, so good.
Wyatt family hitting the ring. We got Bray Wyatt versus, in honor of Daniel Bryan, the Ryback.
Yeah.
Ryback taking advantage early on, hits the top rope, but then jumps down because the family's starting to bug him. Ryback sets up for the meat hook eventually in the ring, but runs right into his sister Abigail for the win. Then once again, the Wyatt family destroys him completely. A full Nelson slam, and then two sister Abigails, one onto the floor.
Whew. The finish to this match was incredible. I love just that visual of him running right for that lariat and just getting caught straight away with the sister Abigail.
Yeah.
I thought that was such good timing.
It was the most beautiful counter. It's like a finisher counter.
Right, exactly.
You know? It's like, feed me more. Sister Abigail says, sit your butt down. I loved it. And then it was like 3 finishes in one. It's like, hey, we all get a chance at
that
this.
discus lariat just gets better and better every week.
And
gorgeous.
After they do the sister Abigail on the floor, Bray Wyatt decides to say, mercy you will not receive. Can you feel it? The apocalypse has just begun. Follow them, buzzards.
I love that he's getting into this habit of just cutting promos in the aisle without a mic.
Yeah.
He just doesn't really need to.
No.
Doesn't need it.
No, he set up the history for it
He'll
now,
just shout at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you want it, you expect it, and he gives it to you without having to, put too much production value on it.
Where do you think this is leading? Because haven't we had a Wyatt-Ryback feud already?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't we had just about everything already?
I mean, that's a good point.
3 times?
I don't know. I think they're in a rut of just kind of wrecking everyone. I don't know if this necessarily is leading to any more with Ryback, but we shall see.
I mean, because the Wyatts are destroying everyone. I mean, Big Show, now Ryback. The question is...
Right. So I mean, and this has been, the rumors have been floating around online, but people are thinking that there might be a big 8-man tag leading up either, I don't know if at Fastlane or at WrestleMania, but a team comprised of Kane, Big Show, Ryback, and question mark to take on the Wyatts.
I would like that.
Sure.
Especially if you get to see those high knees by Ryback again. Dear
man,
did you saw
those
that?
are gnarly.
Oh,
those are normally
like 2x4s.
Normally, you see guys built like CM Punk doing those knees. When it's someone Ryback size,
getting them,
puts a little bit of a new spin on it.
Getting them knees.
Mm-hmm.
Expected his head to come off.
Next, we go backstage, working on the tables. Renee Young asks who their partner is. They don't have one yet for tonight, so let's find out while they work on those tables a little bit. Dean and Roman backstage. Dean says, "I don't care what Lesnar does. Brock is mine. I'm going out there. I'm going to take care of him." Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. Now, this had Titus written all over it. Of course, Social Outcasts do their silliness. Adam Rose is he's
the radical mongoose.
The radical mongoose.
Yes.
Why not? All Titus. He threw Adam Rose literally 17 times during the match. But a Slater distraction after he takes out the Social Outcast. A roll-up from Adam Rose for the win, so the Radical Mongoose wins over Titus.
Oh, that was bull.
I love the visual of Titus just like plowing through the wall of the Social Outcast on the outside.
Yeah.
When they're standing shoulder to shoulder, and he just Kool-Aids right through them.
He does, yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Kool-Aids? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got
Remember
it.
Kool-Aid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
It's one of my favorite.
Second.
You got it.
One of my favorite impressions.
One of my favorites was it was him and oh god, who got in the ring? Oh, Adam Rose. But it was him and Adam Rose tried to slap him. And he's like,
Right off the bat.
I'll see your slap and I'll raise you a whack.
Yeah, just those
On
frying
the
pan
mat.
hands.
Just done.
Yeah.
Done with that. I kind of expected for him to just cover, and it was like, okay, that was a fun one.
Like I said, this has Titus written all. It had Titus written all over it, so we get an upset. And how about Adam Rose getting a W?
I love it.
Hey.
I'm down with that.
Why not?
There's no asterisk next to W, but I still didn't like it.
That's right. Moving on, Dean Ambrose hits the
mongoosed.
ring. He makes fun of the F5. He makes fun of Brock Lesnar. Not going to mention everything he
He's
says.
just going in on it.
Going in, getting that work. Saying Brock Lesnar can't get the job done. He says, come back out here and try it again. This time put some stank on
I
it.
believe he said he can't get it up for the big fight.
That's true. He said, I knew Heyman was your advocate. Didn't know he was required to hold your all bays.
Just dirty. Playing dirty.
Yeah. Then Brock Lesnar comes down to the ring. Dean attacks. It doesn't do very well. Drives him into the apron. Clothesline. Dean eventually starts crawling towards Lesnar. He picks him up. Another F5. To which he retreats. Dean Ambrose gets up, kind of. tells him to come back.
Sticks out the tongue.
I love it.
I love it.
Beat me up some more. Old school Dean.
It was a straight up, like, if there's anyone that basically is the WWE's version of Tyler Durden right now, it's Dean Ambrose. And this was him getting just beaten to hell by Big Lou.
As Lesnar gets back in the ring, Roman Reigns hits the ramp, which causes Lesnar to turn around, and then a low blow. What?
If we've learned anything from the Undertaker, it's that's Brock Lesnar's one weak spot. Is his
Wait,
junk.
from who?
From the Undertaker.
Okay,
you know.
Thank you.
But it's like when you used to play House of the Dead in the arcade, and like the boss level was about to come up, and the target would zoom in on their weak spot, and that's Brock Lesnar's junk. That's his weak spot.
Pretty
just relentless. I mean, if you're in a no DQ match with him, just relentless ball shots. That's what's going to win you the match.
Well, you know
really.
what? When you're facing a berserker, you better expect a few nut crunches happening.
You know,
to be honest, that would take care of me pretty quick.
I mean, really. If we're being real,
just
which
so that all
are.
your fans know if you ever have to wrestle Johnny.
Yeah.
There you go. He just lets you know.
There you go.
Guys, we got the J-Lo Open Challenge coming up soon. Yeah. You'll get your chance to fight him.
Insider tip. No offense to Lucha Dragons and the League of Nations, but we got to move on. Good to see Sin Cara back, but League of Nations get the big win, double stomp from ADR. R-Truth outside, he meets up with Goldie Hendricks. He tries to show what he's capable of as being a tag partner, destroys his guitar as the wind cries, Jimmy. And R-Truth says he must have purple haze on his mind. So, once again, I'm down. Anything they want to do, I'm on board.
There's an amazing clip online of R-Truth is about to make his entrance at an event, and right as his music hits, Goldust just peeks his head through the curtain and tries to get him really, really quick to agree to be his partner, and R-Truth just walks right by him and just yells no, and goes right into his entrance.
That's fantastic.
It's incredible.
Oh, I love that. So here we go. Sasha Banks next on commentary. At Fastlane, we're going to have Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch taking on Naomi and Tamina. That's going to be an awesome match. Multiple women's matches in the same pay-per-view. On board.
Yeah, all that colored hair flying.
You know?
God, I love that colored hair.
Becky versus Tamina. Tamina gets early advantage here as thanks to a Naomi slap. Tamina in total control starts yelling at Sasha. So Sasha gets up. Naomi really clocks her.
Yeah, she does.
She knocked all the accessories off of the boss.
She put some mustard on it, guys.
All of it.
Stank on it.
Rings. The necklace came off.
Real good.
I think some of the hair came off.
Yeah, she really did.
The slap bracelet came off.
The slap bracelet.
Exactly.
The scrunchie flew into the third
ironic.
round.
Exactly.
Threw her into the steps. Just a great beat down. A last plex from outside the ring. Super kick from Tamina, though, for the win. So Tamina and Naomi get a win. I am totally on board. If they're not going to be going for a title, I'm on board with this tag match, and you know they're going to tear it down.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I'm just down with this story just in general. I love that everyone has a reason to be fighting with everyone.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, I love that all of them, they're so athletic. They're so personable. Becky, Naomi, Tamina, it's just please.
And that
more.
exploder on the outside was amazing.
Fabulous.
And how about this? We have more than one women's match at Fastlane, and not one of them involves Paige. So
right?
That tells you we got some strength in that women's division.
Interesting. Yeah.
You know, or Natty. So there you go. All right. New Day trying to get a partner. They offer a unicorn to Mark Henry. He says, if I can play the trombone, I'm in. He does. Then Xavier plays, and they all agree to be partners. Moving on. New Day and Mark Henry taking on the Dudleys and Usos. Sorry, Mark, no time for that music today.
No, we got time.
No, but we love the skipping, man. Keep that skip.
That's right. So early on, New Day with the advantage, they get a little too cocky and obnoxious with Mark Henry, and he's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm leaving. I'm taking my unicorn horn.
We could be getting the New Day theme throughout all of this.
We could. All right, that's fine.
And I was talking about Mark Henry with the skipping. There we go. And can I say that I love the New Day's look because it's Decora. And if you know what that is, I love you.
I don't know what that is.
It's like Harajuku.
Well, they have so much merch.
Okay.
Decora.
They got so much merch. It's crazy. Did you watch the interview with Michael Cole this past week online?
Oh, yes.
They have, Big E has 2 different shirts, socks, a jumps. It's like crazy how much merch they have.
Collect the set.
It's unbelievable.
Collect everything.
It's
so many colors.
Yeah.
They're just
so many colors.
They just got
it's like
so many unicorns.
A monopoly on the colors.
It's like they jumped on the Magic School Bus and just got all the merch from that thing. You know what I mean?
If you think
crazy.
about it, the rest of the wrestlers have, steel gray and black. It's like they get everything else.
You know?
Some guy just said, I think I thought
But we have no time for the New Day theme, right, Johnny?
Someone's trying to offend me in chat roll, I think, but I don't know.
Then
But we don't have time for that because we still have to.
All right, so we get a double Wazada New Day, double super kick to E, Kofi, and then Xavier. E makes a save to Xavier, but Dudley's given 3D.
Yes, Oprah. a double kick for you.
You get a double super kick.
You get a double super kick.
Get it. Then
nailing him.
A 3D to Big E for the win. But afterwards, Dudley's attacked the Usos and put both Usos through a table.
Went Oprah again. You get a table, and you get a table.
know?
What's up with that, y'all?
I dig it.
Yeah,
I dig it.
I thought it was perfect.
I think
Why
it was
not?
too, because honestly, Dudley's
Why
were.
not?
I mean, if they're staying around for a while, them as faces.
The Dudley's got to be ruthless, and
going
they just
anywhere.
can't be ruthless when people like them.
We got to go back to like glass-eyed Bubba.
Exactly. Maybe not Confederate flag bandana, but glasses.
No, we're good with that.
Yeah. So
It's fine.
Yeah.
very, very nice. We like that there.
Love it.
All right,
Love
so
it.
now finally, we have a little bit of time here. Daniel Bryan just
Mark.
final countdown.
You're amazing.
Just an amazing chant for him to when he gets in the ring, and he's been wrestling since he was 18 years old. 3 concussions early on, which, as you know, training to wrestle in the beginning is when you tend to get hurt because you don't know what you're doing. So I don't know. Yeah, he's had a lot of concussions, and at this point, unfortunately, he can't do it anymore. So.
Yeah, well, I think it takes a really strong person to be able to, just think about it, take that step back and be like, wait, I have the rest of my life. I got to do what I love for 16 years. Who gets to do that? Who gets to do that for that long
And
make that big of an impact with everybody and still be able to choose family, home, and whatever is next for him in his life and his career?
And God knows it wasn't for lack of trying. I mean, he fought until the bitter end, seeing doctor after doctor and getting cleared, but not officially cleared, It's just...
More like football cleared.
Right.
It's like, you're cool. Go back out into the game.
Right,
And you know that's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And as sad as he is I know he wanted to continue. There's a part of him that has to be thrilled.
Sure.
He's married. He wants to have a family. He's got more money than he'll ever need. He could support his family, and he's the kind of guy that wants to do amazing things. He doesn't want to just take his money and enjoy it. He wants to use his influence to make the world a better place.
Right.
And so does
Yes.
Brie. And together,
Yes.
they're going to be able to do so much philanthropic activities that are going to help so many people around the world, whatever they choose to do. And so if he can concentrate on that, it'd be great to see him on TV, maybe a manager capacity, but I got to believe we probably won't see him anytime soon.
I think he's got other business that he needs to do. Just like you were saying, the good stuff.
Right.
He's got to go out in the world in a different way.
And not to try to give out false hope, but I mean, everyone said never when Shawn Michaels retired, and then we eventually, years and years later, saw him, So, wrestling's a fickle mistress, as they say.
The only problem is if Daniel Bryan, say he comes back to manage someone, he would overshadow without even trying.
And that's why it would probably have to be, like you said, sometime down the road.
An authoritative role, perhaps.
Right.
But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. But back to his speech. He says he feels nothing but gratitude. As much as he loves hitting the ropes and doing that suicide dive, it's time to go. And he said, and I love this line, and I've heard this many, many times at the shows that we've done. Wrestling doesn't owe us anything. We do this because we love to do this, which is absolutely true. I mean, when it comes down to it, we're all here because we love it.
It's true. It's
and,
beautiful and it's pure.
Yeah. And how many amazing friends have we made over the years because of being in wrestling?
Oh, God, yes, absolutely.
And that's pretty much what he said there. And you have to respect it, too. I mean, when it comes to concussions, you can't mess with it.
Right.
I mean, you look at all the research Chris Nowinski's done since his wrestling days. You look at football players. I mean, Junior Seau, Andre Waters. I mean, Andre Waters wanted his brain to be autopsied, to see what the problem was.
Prove it, so that they wouldn't be able to back down from scientific evidence.
Exactly.
I'm just glad that Daniel Bryan's going to be able to high five his kids.
Absolutely.
Be able to
Exactly,
hold his babies.
And it's there are certainly much worse things than going out on your own terms, especially after the career he's had, especially after getting his WrestleMania moment 2 years ago. I mean, and not just that, but putting on, they talked about it early on in the night, but the best single night performance in WrestleMania history. I mean, 2 of the most incredible matches you've seen.
Bookended too. Starting off the night, ending the night.
Sure.
And I was lucky enough to be there. And he mentioned Connor the Crusher. Dale and I had amazing seats, and we were sitting 4 rows behind Connor and his dad. I got to meet Connor after WrestleMania and talk to his dad, and it was just an amazing moment. And I can only imagine how it was for Daniel too. And
sure.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, one of the greatest performances, if not the greatest. And there's been a lot of amazing WrestleMania moments, but Daniel Bryan winning at WrestleMania 30, that was a culmination of a long struggle.
It was a slow burn, sure.
And that man has one hell of a bucket list, and he has checked off a lot of it.
Yeah.
So,
He really has. I'm excited. I'm very excited for his future. I can't wait to see what him and Brie do in the community. Like I said, I'd love to see him on TV again. I think it's going to be a while, but they're going to do some really, really influential things, and they're going to make a lot of people want to do good things.
And if you think about what happened to Edge after he retired too, and how integral he still is to the WWE community and to entertainment as a whole, we ain't seen nothing from Daniel Bryan yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 34 years old.
Right.
He's, is he going out in his own terms? Not exactly. But at the same time, he's done. You're never going to top WrestleMania 30.
Right.
He had that moment. And he's influenced so many people. Sami Zayn tweeted today, if it wasn't for what Daniel Bryan did, would all of us have been hired? Who knows?
Right.
You look at how many smaller guys have been hired now. And they're still happening. Like Austin Aries is
and
here
just
now,
just the way that NXT is right now and the people that populate it are because largely of the success of Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
If it wasn't for his success and the way that people latched onto him and his story and his career, I don't think that would have opened nearly as many doors as it has for the guys that have come through NXT and the guys that are at the top of the card now.
Yep.
He was the right person with the right talent, with the right mindset at the right time to open everything up for everybody else.
Yeah. It was meant to be. I mean, he said, the universe, the fans, they really are the most powerful thing there is. And when you think about that, look at all these guys that 10 years ago wouldn't have necessarily been brought in. How much do the fans love them?
Right.
Whether it's Sami Zayn or obviously Daniel Bryan or you name it. Who else that 10 years ago probably wouldn't have been looked at? I mean, whether it's NXT or...
Right, yeah. I mean, like I said, even just looking at the type of guys in NXT, I mean, guys like Chad Gable and
Austin Aries coming into, huge excitement.
Right,
I mean, things like that. It's Daniel Bryan, guys like Punk and Bryan, really, they did pave the way.
Right.
And he's right. The fans really do have a say, and you can't deny it. And we have nothing but gratefulness for everything he's done, and what a run.
Yeah.
What a run, right?
I mean, that is about as much career as you can pack into 6 years, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously even further than that, into 15,
He's done it all, and essentially he's been wrestling almost half his life.
Right.
And now it's time for him to move on to the next phase of his life. But we couldn't be more excited for him. Obviously, we're sad to see him go. We really, really had... Can I tell you what my dream scenario was?
What's that?
Daniel Bryan comes out to retire, and Kurt Angle shows up.
Oh, sure.
And they have a retirement match.
If only.
Yeah, well, he left everything a lot better than it was when he first got there. So.
It changed the game.
Right.
I
mean, and you look at it now.
That's all you can hope to do.
If you are great at what you do and you have a fan base, you got a shot. Mm-hmm. And Daniel Bryan did so much for so many people just by being himself. And I'm not talking about just wrestlers. I'm talking about the fans. Think about how many people. Think about how many kids. Like, Daniel Bryan is like the Hulk Hogan of a certain generation. Like, how many kids are idolizing Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
And they're going to grow up to be better people because of watching him.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, when we were growing up, we had Hulk Hogan, and the people that weren't so into Hulk Hogan, they were into Randy Savage.
Yep.
I feel like that's kind of how this generation is with John Cena. The kids that maybe aren't so into John Cena, those are the Daniel Bryan kids.
Yeah, I think everyone loves Daniel Bryan for sure, because he's just
I've
real.
yet to meet anybody that doesn't love Daniel Bryan.
Right.
He's real as it gets. And unfortunately, it's time for us to go. It's been a short show because obviously Raw did run over, but I hope we did Daniel Bryan justice with our tribute today. Honestly, it's fun. It's fun being able to honor him and talk about him, and we could not be more excited for his future. Like, I'm smiling thinking about it. I couldn't be happier for the guy. He's had such an amazing career, and hopefully the concussions. He's smart enough to get out now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
We're going to let his body heal, and then he'll heal the world.
Absolutely. Well, with that said, Ty Matthews, put yourself over.
As always, y'all can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, at Ty Matthews PMA. Various after shows, including The Magicians, which starts in about 50 minutes. We'll have Arjun Gupta, one of the main stars of the show. Also, Pitch Slapped, Second Chance, Lucha Underground, catch us on Thursday nights, and all that stuff. Yeah, tune in, because I'm taking over, guys.
There we go. Markeia.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Markeia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty. Also, if you like live comedy, I'm in Doctor Who Live. It's an improv group that does a never-before-seen improvised episode of Doctor Who.
Nice.
And we are the second and fourth Saturdays at IO West in Hollywood. And then also the third Saturday of every month, you can see Essence Improv at Impro Studio in Hollywood at 7 p.m.
Boom. I'm at Jay Quasto on Twitter, but also check out Wrestling and Padres. This past week we had Renee Young on the show, and it blew up because Renee was amazing. We have another special guest this week, so follow at Wrestling Buds. And once again, I'm at Jay Quasto. Blood Drive, I'm very excited to announce our Blood Drive this Saturday is just about full, which is really exciting. So if you're in LA, hit me up on social media. I'll tell you how you can donate blood this week. Other than that, guys, we love you, and thank you so much. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.